How's everyone doing? My name is Frank of Mirth Films, and today we're talking about the Tamron 17-28 E-Mount f2.8 lens for Sony. Let's check it out. In this video review, I will be showing you real-world examples from photos and video footage that I took using 17-28 f2.8 with a Sony a7 III. Just to go over some of the details about the lens itself, this lens goes for about $899 US currently, which is very cheap compared to what the Sony 16-35 f2.8 G Master lens costs. I think that's like over $2,000 for that lens. The lens itself is actually very light. It weighs in just about 14 ounces, which is pretty light compared to, again, G Master lenses, and that is due to the plastic body. While I wish it was built a little better, I understand for the price, and actually the zoom and focus ring work really well. There is some resistance, doesn't feel loose, does not have a focus switch, so you have to actually change the focus right within your camera body, which I don't mind. I think the 28-70 kit lens that comes with all the Sony cameras actually has that same feature. Personally, I would rather have the switch coming from using a lot of EF glass. It is something that I like to have, and I love to have just that extra option. Don't have to surf through menus. The Tamron 17-28 f2.8 also zooms internally, and that's great for videographers because if you have a gimbal, you're throwing a lens on there, a lot of people like to use primes because if you open that zoom, it could shift the balance, and that's no good. So this zooms internally, you don't have to worry about that. You got internal focal length right here. The filter thread size is 67 millimeters, which is the same as the Tamron 28-75 f2.8. And that's great because now you can use one single filter for all of your Tamron lenses, which makes it just that much better of a user experience, to me at least. Let's take a quick look at just some of the photos, and then we're going to talk about what I like personally about this lens when it comes to photography. First thing that I like is that it is great in low light. Already with Sony sensors, you're getting a pretty good low light capable camera, no matter what it is, you know, aside from the A7R series. But being able to be at f2.8 for the price, you can't beat it. And that brings me to my next point. I got tack sharp photos almost every single time. Very reliable, and reliability matters more than anything, especially I'm a concert photographer. Sometimes I only have 2 to 3 songs in a photo pit photographing a band, so to be able to know and trust that my lens is going to work is very important to me, and that's why I'm really happy that I did decide to go with this lens. Even though it's third party, it still matches what Sony can do with their G Master lenses. And now it is time to look at some video footage. The autofocus itself is very impressive as well. I never really found my camera hunting while I was on my gimbal, going from different subjects at a time. A lot of what I do is filming multiple band members on stage at one point in time, and for me it's super crucial. I cannot miss the shot, and I barely ever missed the shot when I was using the Tamron 17-28 lens. And I'm not just hyping it up, it really is one of the best experiences I've ever had using this lens with my Sony a7 III. First off, for all you vloggers out there, Sony now has a flip out screen on some of their cameras, which makes this a perfect vlogging lens. Never misses focus, tack sharp again for video. Just a great combination, light, especially if you're holding out that camera. You know, it gets pretty heavy. Now, a conversation to bring up is definitely, is 17 millimeters enough? Do I need 16 millimeters? Well, coming from shooting a Canon 16-35 lens, I definitely miss that extra millimeter. It is crucial, especially when you're in front of the stage. You want to get that nice wide shot of the whole stage itself. If you have 17 and not 16, I've been in situations where, for example, Madison Square Garden, photographing a band, a 16 just cut it. 17 millimeters might not do the trick. So in that case, I do recommend other lenses like the Sigma 14-24 f2.8 for the E-Mount. That's $12.99, so it's not too much, but still, if you don't need the extra reach, you're okay with 17 millimeters, and especially depends what you're shooting. You know, what I shoot is different from what you could shoot. So who is this lens for? Personally, I think this lens is great for all shooters. You could use this on an APS-C camera. You can use it on a full frame camera. And that's the great thing about Sony is they have third-party lenses that makes the system just that more affordable. And it's things like that that makes it that much better for any beginning photographer. I recommend this lens to people who really want to get into wide-angle photography, but don't have the money to spend on a G Master lens. This is a very popular lens, and I see it sticking around for a long time, and who knows, maybe in a couple years we'll even get an update to this lens. They already updated the 28-75 f2.8 lens, so it'll be interesting to see, but as long as they keep this lens the size it is, which is I think a little over 4 inches, and the weight that it is, I'll be sticking with Tamron glass for a long time before I even think about getting that Sony G Master quality lens. If you found this video helpful, please go like the video, subscribe if you really want to. We want to keep doing these videos each and every single week, and we want to know what you guys want to hear from us. So please give us a comment, let us know. Feedback is very important to us, and as we grow this channel, we want you to grow with us. My name is Frank of Mirth Films, and thank you for watching this video.